Thank you for joining me on the show today. This is the Now Talks, a collection of inspiring personal stories and leadership lessons from some of the world's most iconic leaders. It is the weekly podcast for women in leadership, brought to you by Nations of Women. My name is Dr. Tina Allton, and I'm your host for today and the coming weeks. So welcome again to another edition of the Now Woman Talks. Last week we were talking about the power of, taking time out for yourself, a personal retreat. We've talked about that before. We talked about mentoring, and the main focus of our conversation last week was all about, how you can turn that one seed into a harvest. So we got a number of questions back, and so having looked through them, thought through them, I thought, this is a natural progression from where we left off last week about the potential of the seed. Every seed has the potential of a harvest. It's not just the seed, it's way bigger than just the seed. So today we're going to look at all about networking, building community, right? And I think March is usually earmarked as the International Women's Month. It's a month where we're celebrating women, and we even have 8th of March as the day set aside to celebrate women. I don't know who you celebrated in your life. Maybe you celebrated yourself, you celebrated your mom, you celebrated your mentor, you celebrated women that inspire you. It doesn't matter who you inspire, who you celebrated, but I do sure hope that you celebrated yourself. Now, today I want to throw a thought out for you, and this is the thought. I believe that we're in a time and a season where it's no longer about just me building for myself, right? It's no longer about me just building for myself. It's a time where you truly have to know who is my tribe. Who is for me? Who is with me? Where are my tribe? Who is in my community? You need to know who your community are, who your tribe are. Who are you doing this new season or next season of your life with? And I don't know about you, but like many of us, we're in a period of transition, period of acceleration, period of elevation, whatever you want to call it, right? But it's a new season. There is a huge shift in the entirety of the earth. And if you haven't seen that yet or felt that yet, I don't know where you've been. But as with any new season, you always need your tribe, your community. And so it doesn't matter how much you're being celebrated by others or how much you are celebrating others, you need to come to the understanding, the realization, and the huge desire to know who is your tribe, who is your community, who is in your sisterhood. And so today I just want us to have a conversation, as we've always been having every week, and look at, how important it is to build meaningful connections that will enable you to track well, to increase your capacity, increase your reach, increase your ability to touch lives, to transform, to impact lives. We all need somebody. We are all a product of somebody else's introduction. We're all a product of somebody else's friendship. And I hear you saying, well, Tina, the last time I opened myself up for this, I was betrayed. Yes, and you are not alone. But the good news is you cannot let somebody else's bad behavior impact your ability to serve. Because as a leader, your number one primary goal and primary, I would say, purpose is to serve. If you're not serving as a leader, then there is a problem. Then, there I said it, there is a big, big problem. So how do you build community? I shared a little bit about, how Nations of Women came to be. It was in July 2019. I was in Washington, D.C. And, my dear friend, Arlene, had come to, share with the women that I'd gathered. And I heard clearly, like I'm speaking to you, hearing me, the Lord say, I wanted to build me nations of women. So that's how I got the name. And I've always been, desiring and seeking. I want a community of women that, is not about what they can get from me, but it's about how we can walk with each other. Can I be safe with you? Am I safe with you when I'm in your presence? Can I take a risk with you in being able to share my mind, share my thoughts without fear of judgment or without fear of, okay, I don't feel safe. I'm not going to share my vision, or I'm not going to share whatever, right? That has always been my desire, is to build a community where it doesn't matter where you're at in your life, in your journey as a woman, in business, as an entrepreneur, that there is a safe community for you. There is no competition because the world is big enough, right? I don't have to cut your heels because I'm confident in who I am. I don't have to, what do you call it? Race against you or any of that sort, because I understand what relationship means, what being a sisterhood means. That has always been my desire, and that really fuels what we do here in Nations of Women and our DNA as women from all around the world. So you ready? Number one, how you can build your community, or how you can find your community, or how you can also, it's not just about, oh, I have a community, I'm part of the community. You have to pour into the community. Your community, your tribe is like a bank account. If you don't put anything in, you can't withdraw, right? You can't withdraw. And if you withdraw, it eventually becomes empty. You go overdrawn, and that's where problems happen. So you also have to have the mindset and understanding that you also have to, you are in. Okay. So number one is identifying, why do you want to be part of a community? Why do you want to be part of the community? Yep. Why do you want to be part of the community? Yeah. Have you thought about that? Answer that question. Why do you want to be part of that community? What are your goals? What do you want to achieve by being part of the community? What do you want to gain out of that community or tribe? I want you to take a pen and paper and write down, what are your goals? What do you want to get out of it? What do you want to achieve out of it? And how are you going to achieve those goals? Because a goal that does not have a way of achieving it is just a list, it's just a dream, it's just, pie in the sky. So how are you going to achieve that dream? Right. Number two, okay, so how am I going to find my tribe? How am I going to find my community? Well, you know, since COVID, last 3 years, we've realized that we can easily connect to other people from the ends of the earth, the ends of the world. So online, you can do great research on community. Ask your friends, same as, hey, you see your sister is like, I love your shoe, I love your bag, I love your lipstick, whatever it is. Where did you buy it, right? And we're all excited about it. That's how we are as women. That's how naturally we gel, we bond, we build relationship. However you do yours, ask, what community have you found valuable? And you don't know anyone to ask, well, there it is. Nations of Women, we're here for you, and you can come and ask us and be part of our community. And so online, right? Write down. How are you also showing up on social media? How you showing up on social media? Because the truth is, you are who Google says you are. So, we all are, what do you call it, people that judge, right? Where it's just part of just human nature, is that people may judge you, people may perceive you differently to who you are. And it's okay. It's okay if somebody misjudges you or perceives you to be X, Y or Z or whatever it is, but that's not, it's fine. It is, you don't have to come in agreement with everybody's opinion of who you are. You don't have to come into agreement with everybody or anybody's opinion or who they think you are when you know that is not who you are. You're not obliged to come into agreement with that. So, again, utilize social media to find, community. Number three, what are local events happening near you? Obviously, we're now in a different world to COVID. Most nations are open now. So I want you to make a list, find out what local events are happening, close to where you are, right? Maybe your Chamber of Commerce. I don't know. There's so many, women's communities out there. Do some research and find out what's happening local in your community that resonates with your vision, resonates with your goal, resonates with your passion, your purpose, your values, right? And then go and, attend an event and prepare well to introduce yourself because, when you meet somebody, you have a very short window to introduce yourself and connect with that person, right? So you want to prepare adequately so that you're in a better place to actually introduce yourself well. Number four, build relationships. Okay, the truth is, as I said at the beginning, building relationship, being part of a community, try is like a bank account. You have to pour in as well. And so I want you to make a list. Right, make a list, 5 people that you think, I would love to have a relationship with them. Write the name of the 5 people and find a way of being able to reach out to them. It might be an email, it might be a message. Obviously, don't email them, message them, come and buy my stuff. That's just rude. So you don't want to do that, but you want to build relationship with them. And I think we all know, we're all intelligent to know when somebody approaches you, when somebody reaches out to you, and whether they just out to get something out of you or they genuinely want to build relationship with you. I think we all have the intelligence to know that. So you want to give the right vibe, if you will, that I genuinely want to build relationship with you. So you want to make a list of 5 people and try and reach out to them. Even if it's one person, just reach out to that person. Every week without fail, make a list again, another 5 people, 3 to 5 people, I would say every single week they're going to reach out to them, see how they're doing, and be intentional about building relationship with people. Number 6 is give back. Okay, give back. If you want to build community, build a tribe, whatever it is, then one good way of doing that is volunteering with a local community, organization, club, whatever it is. Volunteer. You get the opportunity to meet other people that you can give back, right? Or mentor somebody else. Find another, a younger woman, that you can pour into. You can be a source of guidance to. So a safe place for them that they can come to, right? So you can do that as well because no matter what, you have life experience that you can share. So diligently, willingly, with joy, share your knowledge, your skills with somebody else. It may be somebody who's just starting out. Share that with them. Okay. Um, Now, the next phase or next point I want to make as to why communities are important in this season, in this time, is because there is a lot of uncertainty around. There's a lot of challenges that people are going through. And so having a community, having a tribe, the right community, the right tribe helps you to overcome some of those challenges or obstacles. It helps you to stay resilient and it helps you to keep forward. How, you might be asking, or why, or how can you do that, right? Number one is developing a growth mindset, right? So you have to practice reframing every thought that you have. I don't know what your experience has been of a community tribe. Yes, I know we've all had that one place that's like, oh my goodness, like, get me out of here immediately. But, life happens and life goes on, and you can still find people, women who are similar to you. They're like minded to you. They also desire to have a safe community, and you can model that. That is what we do in Nations. We model what it looks like when women walk with one another, track with one another, stand with one another, build with one another, right? Share vision with one another. That's what we model. And so to overcome your obstacles, to stay resilient, you want to reframe your negative talk into positive growth oriented thoughts. Right. Number two, seek out support. I've already talked about this. I think it's in the previous episode to this, but it's about finding a mentor or an accountability partner who can offer you guidance and support in achieving your goals. That's very much at the heart of what we do here in Nations of Women. We have a table called Thinking Partners, and it's really, having a safe place that, look, this is the vision that I'm working on. This is what I'm called to do. And it's like, okay, so how can I build with you? How can I support you? Who can I introduce to you? What connection can I make for you, right? And you come, you think together, you grow together, you build together, you connect together. And that just, exponentially increases your capacity and and just really accelerates, whatever it is that you're doing. And so a community is very, very, very key in this time. So it helps you, being part of a community helps you to find accountability, helps you to find support, helps you to find guidance, and helps you to achieve your goals. Another way, or number three, is finding inspiration, right? I want you to create a vision board. If you haven't been to one before, reach out to us. We have a workbook that you can have where you can join us in our summer summit, where you can then, write out your vision, or you can join us in our next leadership summit and vision planning day. Where you can then, set your vision, because that regularly will just helps you to keep your vision at the front of mind. Being part of a community also helps you to set goals, right? Because now you're in a community of like-minded women. You see that, we're women that take action, we're women that build, we're women that are resilient, we're women that push through, we're women that, fail forward, but we get up and we keep doing, we keep going, right? We keep pushing through. And so in our community, you're able to obviously, set goals, have people that can help you, hold you accountable to your goals. Having your community also helps you to take great care of yourself. So I want to encourage you, have a self-care plan. Have a plan that helps you to take great care of yourself. I know that as leaders, there's great talk and lots of research on meditation. I like to call it quiet time, reflection time. It's just sitting down and just thinking thoughts that are honorable, thoughts that are wholesome, thoughts that are true, thoughts that are good, thoughts that are not poisonous to my entire system. Right. No matter how hard the week has been, the day has been, the month has been, no matter what, you have to keep your thoughts honorable. You have to keep your thoughts good. You have to keep your thoughts clean. You have to keep your thoughts sane, I think is another great way. So have a self-care plan, because otherwise, sometimes people get sucked into networking. It's like, I no longer have a plan for myself. I'm going here, I'm going here, I'm going here. You need to have a self-care plan so that in as much as you're building, you are then able to also, take care of yourself and be able to give more of yourself to those that you love, right? Um, I hope that this has been valuable to you. But write, let us know, what else would you add to this? What else would you add to this? So to wrap up, is you need a community. It is a time to have a community. What are my core values? What are the values that I hold dearly? What are the values that I want to walk with? What are the values that I identify with? What are your core values? Set boundaries. It's not everything that you have to be drawn into. So set boundaries, for yourself, so that you maintain a healthy balance in your life, in your purpose, and being able to pour into others as well. Prioritize self-care. Build a community, but be in a community, and sometimes we just pour and pour and pour and pour. The truth is, you can't serve from a place of empty. You cannot serve from a place of empty. So make sure that you're constantly recharged, you're constantly, full, so that you can serve diligently, right? And be mindful of, what are my passion, what are my interests, and find somebody within the community that, shared passion, shared interest, that you can track with, you can relax with, you can build relationship with, and focus on what matters. Focus on what matters. I think there is such speed and acceleration, in the world right now, in the earth right now, that you can really be going at such great speed, but you have to focus on what matters. Yes, there would be drama. Yes, there would be challenges and obstacles, but remember that you have to keep stretching yourself and not fall back into the safety of your comfort zone, because remember, nothing great ever happens in your comfort zone. So I do hope that these have been, helpful to you. Write to us, let us know, what else would you add to this, or what has been your experience, what really resonated most to you. Until we come your way next week, remember, you were born for greatness. You were created for greater works, and to be able to achieve your destiny, to be able to achieve your purpose in life, you need a community, you need a tribe, you need a sisterhood. So if you're not in a sisterhood, or your sisterhood is no longer serving you, then you need to find yourself the right sisterhood, the right community, so that you can flourish and blossom and be able to fulfill the purpose for which you were created for. Take care. God bless you. And that's all for this week. You've been listening to Dr. Tina Allton with the Now Talks, the weekly podcast for women in leadership, brought to you by Nations of Women. All that remains is for me to say, have a fantastic week, stay safe, and reach out if you need any help now at nationsofwomen.com. Until next time, enjoy the pursuit of your potential, and remember, now is your time.